Pose. So, kia ora koutou, and welcome to this Foundation Studies pre-arrival information session. Thank you so much for taking the time to come along today. Before we get everything underway, I thought I might take a quick moment to open up this meeting with a bit of a karakia. If you read Te Reo Māori, feel free to talk along to yourself at home. Otherwise, feel free to relax. I can't see your faces anyway. Ke inoi tātou, whakataka te hou ki te uru, whakataka te hou ki te tonga, kia mā kina kina ki uta, kia mā tara tara ki tai, e hi a ke ana te atakura, he tio, he huka, he hohu, tihe modi ora. Kia ora. Okay, thanks for that, everyone. My name is Cole Thompson, and I will be your primary presenter for today. I am a member of the student support team here at Pathway, and have been in this role for just under 12 months. It's my anniversary in a month's time. I used to be a student here at the University of Otago between 2016 and 2022. I studied zoology and theatre studies, which is a bit of a unique combination, but it served me very well. After finishing university, I moved over to be a science communicator at the Tuhura Otago Museum before taking off overseas for a couple of years where I worked as a zookeeper in Germany. I'm back now working in student support, a skill set that requires a lot of fun, a lot of interactivity. I really, really enjoy it, and I'm very excited to be working alongside you guys next term. Today, we'll be going over some of the useful information that will make it a little bit easier for you to finish preparing for your first term here at the Foundation Study Certificate. More specifically, we will talk about what it will be like in Dunedin if you're not already from here, what you need to bring with you, introduce you to some of the student services that are available to you at the University of Otago, provide details about the Foundation Study Certificate itself, and discuss what you need to do before you arrive. And then finally, we'll wrap everything up by answering some of your questions or any questions that might come up for you during this presentation. So during this session, you may end up thinking of some questions that you want to ask, or you may already have some questions locked, loaded, and ready to go. To ask these questions anonymously, you can scan the QR code on your screen now if you have the ability to do so. And the code will direct you to a website called Mentimeter, which will allow you to submit your questions to us directly. My colleagues James and Sarah will monitor this feed, and we'll go over all of your questions together at the very end of this presentation. If you do find that this QR code is not working for you, or if at the end your question didn't come up or it wasn't addressed, please do feel free to use the chat function at any time, and we will add any of those questions in to our kōrero at the end as well. Okay, so it's about time we get this ball rolling with some staff introductions. Once again, my name is Cole. It is really, really nice to meet you. And welcome to anyone who has joined in a little bit late. We're really glad to have you here. I am also joined today by my colleagues James O'Malley and Sarah Milburn. And I might just quickly hand over to them to introduce themselves, as they'll do a better job of it than I can. Why don't we start off with you, James? Take it away.
All right, thanks, Cole. So my name is James O'Malley, and I've been working here at Pathway for about a year and a half. I've been at the university for about 5 years. I'm originally from the US, from California, and I've been in New Zealand for about 7 years, and still very much getting used to the weather here. So if you're like me and are coming from somewhere warmer and drier and want to commiserate with somebody about the weather, definitely feel free to stop by my office for a chat anytime. Sarah?
Hi, everyone. Hey, I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you. And just to tell you a little bit about myself, I've lived in Dunedin for over 12 years, and I've raised my two kids here who just recently graduated from university. I'm originally from New Mexico and have also lived in Vancouver, Canada. In my spare time, I like to do Aikido, dance, and yoga. I help with organizing activities for the movie nights and the arts and crafts celebrations like our Christmas party, in addition to offering any support that you might need. So anyway, thanks. I was really looking forward to meeting all of you, and I'll turn it back over to Cole.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that, guys. Um, so now that you know a little bit more about us, I would like to officially welcome you to your Foundation Study Certificate here at Pathway. We are super excited to meet you next week for orientation, bright and early at 8 a.m. on June the 15th. I also want to take this moment to sort of give honor to and respect that you are all taking an important first step in your journey to becoming the person that you want to be in the future. Hopefully, to help you all on this journey, we have a really big team of professional people. And here is just a handful of those people who will be working with you throughout your time here at Pathway. The most important thing to remember is that while we are here to help you, it is up to you to do the work on your own. Unfortunately, we are unable to do it for you. Well, that's about it from me for now. Once again, welcome to Pathway. We are super excited to work with you. I'm going to hand you back over to Sarah now, and I will be back a little bit later. So take it away, Sarah, to talk about Dunedin and what life is like at the university.
Thanks, Cole. Well, hello, everyone, and let me quickly introduce myself again. I'm Sarah, and I will be walking you through what to expect while living in Dunedin, while studying at the university, and how your first week with us will be structured. So, for those of you who have not arrived yet, what's it like in Dunedin? Dunedin is an absolutely awesome place. It's safe and beautiful city that's home to 135,000 people. 25,000 of those people are students. So it's a very fun student town to live in. Dunedin is friendly, it's quiet, easy to get around with most places within a short walk or drive, Uber or a bus ride. While the city is small, there's still lots of things to do here, especially if you like nature and being outdoors. There's cafes, restaurants, museums, galleries, as well as wildlife tours to take, sports events to watch, absolutely gorgeous beaches to go to as well. Um, we are we also really highly recommend that you take part in our local festivals, concerts, and cultural events that are held in the city throughout the year. Dunedin is really a city of markets and festivals. Is always something cool going on here. And every Saturday you can go to the farmers market at the railway station for some beautiful produce. And the city is hosting two great festivals in July. The first is Matariki Mapuaka, which is an amazing drone show, as well as the International Science Festival. So as you can see, many of Dunedin's best activities occur outdoors, and you may also have heard that the city is known to be a bit cold and damp in the winter months. In order that you are well prepared for Dunedin's unpredictable weather, please make sure that you pack clothes for all weather types, including wet weather gear and sturdy shoes for walking around the city. Additionally, please ensure that you bring either a laptop or a tablet with you to engage with your classwork and any medication or prescriptions that you will need. Also note that the University of Otago is completely cashless, and you will require a valid payment card if you plan to purchase items on campus. Now that you know a bit about the city, you might find it useful to know some more about the University of Otago itself. So the campus has been ranked the fifth most beautiful in the world by Student Voice, and for really good reason. It features historic buildings, 7 libraries, lots of cafes, and places to study and relax. It's a very cool campus to hang out at when you have a bit of free time. You can just wander around and check out all of the buildings that are here. Campus life is busy, it's social, it's full of activities, so do get involved. You can join student-led clubs at the University of Otago Student Union, I'm sorry, student association, exercise at our massive gym, the Unipol Recreation Center, or try out volunteering through our social impact studio, and much, much more. In addition, any students staying in a hall of residence will have access to hall and in all hall events. But if you are not in a hall of residence, do not worry, as you're invited to join our locals program. So the locals program is the largest student community on campus, and all students that are not living in a hall of residence are automatically members. For anyone that is looking to quickly make connections and friends across the university, this is the best and easiest option. Some of the events that locals organize for their members include the inter-college competition, the locals ball, games nights, and outdoor adventures. If you are interested in getting more information before you arrive, then please feel free to reach out to Maya Pitkan at locals@otago.ac.nz. Okay, so now it's time for us to talk about what your first week at university will look like. Your first week is dedicated to orientation and preparing you to start classes on the 22nd of June. All orientation events are mandatory unless they have optional written next to them, and are all held in the Pathway Department on the second floor of the Otago Business School. On Monday, June 15th, you will have your first day of orientation where you will complete your enrollment as well as receive a lot of very important information about how the foundation certificate works. There will also be a Whakawhanangatanga session where you will have an opportunity to get to know your classmates. On Tuesday, the 16th of June, you will be introduced to the student support services that you will be able to access throughout your time studying at the university, and you'll get a tour of the campus and receive your student ID card. Additionally, we will be hosting a special Whakawhanangatanga for our Maori and Pacific students. On Wednesday, the 17th of June, it's an optional day dedicated to solving any problems that have occurred over the first 2 days of orientation. The student support team at Pathway will be available at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. to help assist with any and all of your problems. On Thursday, the 18th of June, there will be another optional help session with student support at 10 a.m., and you will be able to collect your course books at 2 p.m. Lastly, on Friday, the 19th of June, there will be a final opportunity to get help and ask questions at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. So now, just in case you missed it, orientation is mandatory, meaning that you must be there. Just in case you are considering missing orientation, I encourage you to carefully think about the following points. You may not complete your enrollment and may be unable to sit the course, receive your scholarship, or access StudyLink. You may lack understanding of what the expectations are and how to pass the foundations program. You may not know how to access the support services that you need to succeed at university. You may not receive a student ID card and be unable to go to the gym or enter exams or the university buildings. You would miss out on an important chance to make connections and friends that will make your time at Pathway more enjoyable. Or worst of all, you may be unable to access the internet. So please make sure that you are here for the first day of orientation on the 15th of June. Well, that is all from me. And remember that you can ask questions anonymously at any time by scanning the QR code in the corner of each slide. I will now hand it over to James, who will introduce you to some of Otago's student services.
All right, thanks, Sarah. So I'm James, and I'll be talking to you about the student support team here at Pathway, the cost of living in Dunedin, going over the supports for students that experience disabilities. I'll introduce you to the university's healthcare provider, and finally, we'll talk about the support available for our Maori and Pacific students. So first up, the most important support service, the services that you'll have access to, is the student support team at Pathway. So we're a team dedicated to helping you achieve your personal and academic goals. There are 4 members of our team. There's me, our team leader, Katie Lockwood, who isn't here today, and of course, Cole and Sarah, who you've met before. So each of us are able to support you with things like getting started at Pathway, building your study skills and making study schedules, growing your confidence and motivation, as well as how to handle the harder parts of life, including financial, academic, and personal concerns. And you'll get to know us a lot better during orientation, but if you're already in Dunedin and need some support, please come and see us on the second level of the Otago Business School at any time. Next, we're going to discuss financial support at the University of Otago. So as you may know, New Zealand can be a very expensive place to live, and unfortunately, Dunedin is no different. But you don't have to worry because the university understands that many students are having a hard time right now. If you experience financial hardship at any point during your time at Pathway, you don't need to go through it alone. Please come and talk to any of the members of the student support team as soon as possible, as we can help you with a number of things, such as the following services, like OUSA provides access to the cheapest meals that Dunedin has to offer, free breakfasts. They do $5 lunches and $5 dinners. Additionally, OUSA operates a food bank that all students can access twice per semester, no questions asked. And if you need to access it more than that, they can make arrangements for that kind of thing. The university also operates the Paitaka Kai Food Bank out of the Pacific Islands Center, Tuhuka Mataraka, the Maori Center, and from the Unipole Recreation Center. Finally, there's also the Patea Toku Student Relief Fund. This fund is paid for in your university course fees and provides students experiencing genuine financial difficulties with up to $2,000 to cover costs. So again, please contact us anytime if you need any sort of financial support or you have any questions. The university also understands that some students experience a variety of difficulties that may make it harder for them to succeed in their studies. To help students that experience a disability that impacts on their academic achievement, the university has created the Disability Information and Support Center, or DINS. This amazing team provides academic, accessibility, exam, and financial support to all students that experience a disability, and that's with or without a diagnosis. If you've ever received special support in the past, whether it be at high school or another education provider, DINS can continue to provide you with those supports. So please feel free to contact student support or DINS directly if you require any special support during your studies as soon as possible. It takes time to complete the application process, and we don't want you to miss out on any of the support you need. So the sooner we can get that ball rolling, the better it is. Next, I want to talk to you about how you will receive mental and physical health support at Otago. Luckily, the university operates a health service called Student Health, which allows you to access medical advice, mental health support, and medications without needing to find a private GP in the city. As a student, your ability to succeed depends heavily on your mental, physical, and spiritual health. So if something feels off at any time, please contact Student Health. Additionally, if you experience any mental health concerns, please consider contacting a member of the student support team prior to your arrival at Pathway. Sharing this information allows us to better understand how to support you and ensure that the right care is in place when you arrive, as we cannot help you if you do not talk to us. Next, I'd like to highlight two services that are relevant to our Maori students. First, there's the Tuhuka Mataraka, or THM. This is the Maori Center, and it's on-campus home for all the Maori students and offers things like mental health, well-being, cultural and academic support, as well as access to the Paitaka Kai Food Bank. THM is also supported by Te Ropa Maori, or TRM, a student-led and elected team offering on-campus Kaupapa Maori whanaungatanga, cultural, social, and political support, as well as social events. And we recommend that you to the supports available for our Pacific students. We have the Pacific Island Center and the Pacific Island Student Association. Just like THM, the Pacific Island Center, or PIC, offers access to academic, mental health, and cultural support. And additionally, the PIC is a perfect way to connect with Dunedin's active Pacific communities and allows students to access the Pawtucket Food Bank. The Pacific Islands Student Association is a very special student-led organization that offers cultural, social, and political support to Pacific students in a similar way to the TRM. And they also offer a collection of social events and study nights throughout the year. What makes the PISA special is that they advocate for the 14 other Pacific Island student associations and stating that they aim to represent the beauty and diversity of Pacific cultures at the university. And with that, we are at the end of the student services section. So remember to continue to ask questions using the Mentimeter QR code if you have any. You can also put questions in the chats on here as well if you want to post anything there. I'll now hand it back to Cole to give you some more information about how the Foundation Study Certificate works and to wrap things up.
Okay, hello again. Thank you so much to James and Sarah for presenting those sessions or sections of our presentation. I promise we are almost there. In this section, we will be learning some more about the details of your course. We will also talk about the course requirements and go over the important dates for your first term here at Pathway. So first up, let's talk about how the course is structured. The Foundation Study Certificate caters to students with a variety of interests and has 4 different streams: a health science, a commerce, and an arts stream. All students in each stream will take 10 different papers divided across 2 terms, taking 5 papers in each term, based on the stream that they selected during their enrollment. Students can expect to attend around 22 hours of class per week, split between lectures, tutorials, and laboratories, depending on your class stream. It is worth noting that this 22 hours does not include self-directed study time. We would be advising you to spend anywhere between 5 hours and sort of maximum 15 hours a week studying as you approach your different exam times and things like that as well. And this here is an example of what you could expect your timetable to look like. Please note that you will receive an electronic copy of your timetable by the end of your orientation week. Unfortunately, it is not currently available. We are still finalizing classes for semester 2. As you can see, classes run from Monday to Friday, and classes start anywhere from 9 a.m. and will always finish no later than 5 p.m. Naturally, with breaks provided to study, have food, and socialize throughout the day. You will be allocated to a class, and it will likely take you will likely take the same classes with the same group of students until you finish your second term here at Pathway. Unfortunately, this year our classes are really, really full, and you will be unable to change your classes without an exceptional reason to do so. But how do you actually get awarded the Foundation Study Certificate? In order to pass the course and be awarded your certificate, you need to pass 8 out of the 10 papers you take during your course. This includes both academic English papers, achieving a minimum score of no less than 55%, as well as 6 additional papers with a minimum score of 50%. Completing your Foundation Study Certificate allows you to progress into undergraduate or bachelor's degree study at universities across New Zealand. And here is a quick overview of some of the important dates for your first term here at Pathway. Again, orientation week runs from the 15th until the 19th of June, with your first day of class officially being Monday, the 22nd of June. Your midterm tests take place in week 7 on the 3rd and 4th of August. And then you will have a 1-week holiday that runs from the 8th until the 16th of August. You'll return to class on Monday, the 17th of August, where you'll have 5 additional weeks of class and learning before your final exam period takes place between the 21st of September and the 2nd of October, with another holiday, this time for 2 weeks from the 3rd until the 18th of October before your second semester classes start on Monday the 19th. So, as you can see, you will have a very busy term between going to classes, labs, tutorials, and finding the time to study and socialize. And it can be quite difficult for you to fall behind, especially as you adjust to university life and balancing, like I said, study with having that social life, completing assignments, and attending classes. But you don't need to worry because there are plenty of additional academic supports available to you at Pathway if you need them. Some of these offerings include extra maths and English classes, as well as optional drop-in sessions for each class you take throughout the week. The student support team is also available to you, as we mentioned earlier, to help you hone your study skills and plan for your term to hopefully make sure that you pass on time and you transition into university next year as planned. While engaging with these offerings and support systems is completely optional, we do strongly encourage you to access them throughout the term, especially around midterm tests and final exams. These are the two really big pressure points for students studying here at Pathway, and midterm tests are normally the first time that students realize whether or not their study skills and their study planning is tracking in a good direction. So please do use the systems if you feel comfortable. The final thing I wanted to talk with you about before wrapping things up is communication. Having good communication skills is one of the most important things that you are going to work on while you study here at Pathway. And without good communication skills, you may find it very difficult to access the support that you need or access the help that you need academically. With that in mind, there are two main ways that we communicate with our students. The first is via your student email address, and the second is on a program called Microsoft Teams. Please try to start working on engaging with these two communication systems as soon as possible after you arrive. Make sure you check your student email and Teams notifications daily and ensure that your notification alerts are turned on for both systems. They might be slightly annoying, but they are really important to have turned on because there are times that classes might change, teachers might be sick, and you will need to receive information and updates prior to attempting to attend your classes. It is super important. It is also how we will contact you if there is a big emergency event at the university that we need to quickly notify you of. So again, super important that you keep those notifications turned on. Additionally, our teachers are incredibly friendly and helpful people, and you will be able to contact them directly via Microsoft Teams or by email to ask questions, arrange meetings, and receive personalized academic and content support. This is a thing that's quite unique to our department, so please do try and make use of it if at all possible. And just to quickly emphasize again how important communication skills are, from looking through some of our lists, there are some of you that may not have completed finalizing your enrollment or making your accommodation arrangements yet. If you fail to do so, you may find it rather difficult to attend your classes, find somewhere to stay, or receive your study link payments as you intend. So please make sure that you check your personal emails thoroughly each day to ensure that you do not miss any important information requests from the Pathway admissions team, a hall of residence, or a private accommodation provider if you are deciding to flat in your first semester at Pathway. And with that, we are finally approaching the end of this pre-arrival session. Before we move on to answering your questions, and reminder, you can do that using either the chat function in Zoom or the QR code at the bottom of this slide here. I wanted to go over some of the important points or the things we really want you to take away from this session today. First things first, orientation is mandatory. You really, really do have to be there. If you can't make it for any reason, you can contact us and we will find another way to make sure that you receive everything that you need. If that means you're arriving late, we will normally just do a quick run through with you on either the Thursday or Friday later that week. But please do be there on Monday if you can. The student support team at Pathway will be your primary support provider while you are studying your foundation course. And student health will be your primary healthcare provider throughout your time at university. This does not mean that you need to use them. You can get a private GP if you like. That can oftentimes be quite difficult, and many GPs aren't super willing to take students as they would rather cater towards permanent residents of the city. Completing your foundation studies certificate allows you to progress into undergraduate study at any New Zealand university. And in order to be awarded the Foundation Study Certificate, you need to pass 8 out of the 10 classes you take, including both English classes. Finally, don't forget that the university provides access to a range of different support services that are designed to help you succeed, both here at Pathway and once you progress on to the main Central University next year. So, thank you very much for your attention. If you happen to be in Dunedin already, or you plan to arrive before the 15th of June, please do not hesitate to come in and meet with us on the second level of the Otago Business School, the wonderful building pictured in this slide, at any time prior to orientation. Coming in early would allow you to show your photo ID to our admissions team and complete your enrollment, to receive your University of Otago login details and give you early access to the internet as well as other services, and get your student ID card, allowing you to go to the gym a little bit early if you are trying to get that summer body. I don't know what people do in winter. Finally, it is also a great opportunity for you to make connections with us, the student support team, which will hopefully make it easier for you to feel comfortable engaging with us as things progress throughout the term. Being at university is a really, really stressful thing. We are here to help you. And so please, please, please come and see us if even the smallest little thing is going wrong, okay? We're here for you. It's our job. We love doing it. But regardless of whether you come in early or simply arrive on the 15th, we really, really do look forward to meeting you and welcoming you into the university and getting you started on the right foot. So we are now going to move over to question time. James will be going through some of the questions that were submitted on Mentimeter if there are any to go through. So again, scan this code on the screen now if you have any questions you would like to ask. Otherwise, we do have some sort of frequently asked questions we can go through as well. And I will hopefully be able to change my screen to our Mentimeter page that you can actually see what's going on in just a moment. So take it away, James.
All right, thanks, Cole. Yes, so we do have one question that's come in through the Mentimeter. I'm still waiting for my student loan to get approved by StudyLink. I saw that all payments must be paid before the start of the course. What will happen if it's not approved before the course starts? So this is actually pretty common. Not all fees have to be paid. If you haven't got your StudyLink sorted out yet, please just come let us know and our admissions team will work with you. Like I said, this is pretty common where no one's going to tell you that you can't study because your study link has not come through yet. So if that's the case, yeah, just let us know and we can work with you on that. But yeah, this is not something for you to be nervous of that you're going to be turned away at orientation or on the first day of school. Yeah. Couple of questions that have come in through. You can definitely get your books after that. You could even get them on the first day of school. The 18th is just the day that was set aside for people to come pick up their books, but you're not going to be behind if you do not get them on the 18th. You can come here the next day. You can come here on Monday, and we can get those books for you. Natalia asks, could you email these forms you're showing? I can't see them. We can email really anything to you. We're recording this session and we will send you the video recording. We can send you the slides that we're using on this. And if there's any other information, anything that you have questions about or would like another copy of, you can reply to those emails that we've sent you, like the one that we sent for the invitation for this meeting, or that we'll send you anything else. Just reply, ask for what you need, and we'll be definitely happy to give that to you. And if you have any other questions about this pre-arrival orientation, definitely feel free to ask them in the email and we'll get back to you pretty quickly. Yeah.
Okay,
Do we
so
have any of the other questions, or does this take care of it? Or the facts, I mean, sorry.
yeah,
Yeah.
we can take we'll go through some of the
All right, a couple of
FAQs as well,
facts.
I
So
think.
these are a couple of things that people asked before. So these are pretty common questions. So I understand lectures, but what are tutorials and why do I need to attend? So tutorials are smaller classes that build on the lectures. They're a little bit more interactive. You can ask questions of the teachers. They focus on discussion, practice, and creating deeper understanding. As where lectures are more just the teacher presenting the material to you. You're expected to listen, take notes, but tutorials are more interactive and where you might be able to get questions answered and that kind of thing. Yeah. If I have questions about my class content, when can I get answers? So you can get your answers answered questions answered in a few different ways. You can ask your teachers questions during your tutorials. Like I was just saying, the tutorials are very interactive. The teachers here teacher questions. You can ask teachers questions during their drop-in or consultation hours. So all the teachers here will have an hour or two each week set aside to where you can go meet privately with them outside of classroom hours and they can answer any questions for you. You can also ask your teachers questions privately on Microsoft Teams. As Cole students will be on that, all your teachers are on this, and you can always send questions right to them. They might not get answered in the middle of the night, but when your teacher is available, they'd be happy to get back to you. As well as you can send us questions on Microsoft Teams once we get it set up for you. But it's a really good messaging app that we all use here. Is orientation mandatory? Yes. We've tried to emphasize that as much as we could during this, but it is very important that you come to orientation. Orientation week is an important part of starting your studies and attendance is required. Like we said before, we don't want you guys to get started off on the wrong foot. And the best way to do that is to come issues or not having your books or not knowing where to go, not knowing your schedule. So orientation, yeah, absolutely mandatory and it'll do wonders for you.
Yeah,
So my
I think
sound is cutting out
yeah,
a bit.
keeps cutting
Yeah,
out.
that's
Maybe I'll take over just in case. So I might quickly flip back because
don't hear anything.
I think that this slide cut out. So obviously, yes, orientation is mandatory. We would really, really love for you all to be there for the reasons we discussed earlier. In addition, I think there was something on this slide. So again, we talked about how you can ask your questions over Microsoft Teams earlier on. Again, your teachers should be all really, really friendly people for you to work with, and you can approach them at any time in hallways and things like that. Do just try to be respectful of sometimes they are on their way to other places and may not have time to answer you right then and there. But if you contact them via Teams, you should be all good. Okay, so with that, I'm going to quickly double check just to see if we had any additional questions come through on Mentimeter. Does not seem so. So we are going to bring this presentation to a close using another karakia. This one is called Una here. Again, if you're able to read, feel free at home to read through it with me as well. Kia inoi tato. Una hia ki te uru tapanui, kia watia, kia mama, te nako, te tinana, te wairoa e te ara takata, koira e rongo, whakairea ake ke ronga, kia tina, tina, huie, taikie.